All right, good morning. So we're going to be talking to pre-calculus people. This is for trig. So if you're not in pre-calc with trig, this is not material that you're going to need. If you are in trig, this is going to be very important. If you're going on to calculus regardless, this is, as a calculus teacher, I would typically put these kinds of problems on here because I know students tend to need more practice with this type of problem. So it's in your best interest to be good at these. They will come up again. So solve the equation over the interval. They have sine alpha equals negative root 3 over 2 or positive root 3 over 2. So what we're doing here is we're trying to figure out, like, okay, well, what is sine root 3 over 2? Now, technically, they don't want you to do this with a calculator. Okay, I know that, right? We would sine of what angle was equal to root 3 over 2? What's our angle here? That's pi over 3, I believe, right? That was 60 degrees. And then where is sine positive? Go through our all students take calculus analogy here. So quadrant 1, quadrant 3, or quadrant 2 rather. Okay, that's where sine is positive. So what reference angle gives us a sine of root 3 over 2? It's 60 degrees. So we have pi over 3. We also have 2 pi over 3. 2 pi over 3. There's also, well, 3 pi over 3 is just the line. That's not going to give it to us. But 4 pi over 3, that would also be a reference angle of 60 degrees. So 4 pi over 3 would give us something like root 3 over 2. But notice it's going to be negative because it's in the third quadrant. And then 5 pi over 3 is going to be over here somewhere. That's going to be all the way over here. That's 5 pi over 3. Okay? So you want to get them all. Okay, our book is very, very kind to us in that they pretty much define that it's only one revolution around a circle. Not all books are like this. Mechanical engineering books may go more times around the circle, so it's something to be careful about. So always pay attention to your domains when you're looking at these kinds of problems. Okay, so in this case, they want the solution set, and what we're going to do is we're just going to give it some possibilities here. So where was it positive, right? Part A was the positive one. So that was going to be, whereas was going to be a pi over 3 and 2 pi over 3. Okay, so we're going to have that. So we want pi 3, there's, and then comma, and we want 2 pi over 3. Okay, and those are the positive ones. Okay, for part B, when it says, oh, no, oh, wait, part A is the negative one. I'm sorry. Okay, so no, it's actually going to be wrong. It's not going to be 2 pi. It's going to be 4 pi over 3 and 5 pi over 3. So it's really important to pay attention to your SIGN signs, okay, as well as your SINE signs. Okay, so be careful about that. In this case, they wanted negative, so we want to pick the quadrants where sine is negative, and then we want to pick the angles whose reference angle is square root of 3 over 2, which is going to be the 60-degree one. Okay, so we want this in radians, and then part B, sneaky. No, part B. Hard to see it for me. Is that positive or negative? It looks positive. So that's where they want the pi over 3. Okay. And then the 2 pi over 2 pi. Oops. 2 pi over 3. Okay, that's quadrant 1 and 2. That's where it's going to be positive. And then we have the negative ones up here. Check. Hopefully I read that correctly. Looks like I did. Sometimes they want you to get all of the solutions. Okay, we only got one time around the circle. Okay, so what you're going to do for part A, when it says sine alpha is equal to root 3 over 2, you say, oh, well, look, that's going to be pi over 3 and 2 pi over 3. Well, it's hard to get a pattern just off of this because we also have to get one time around the circle. So we're going to 6. We're also going to have 7 pi over 3. because that's 6 pi over 3 plus 1. I know it's 6 pi over 3 plus 2, so that's also going to be 8 pi over 3. And then it's not really a fair thing to put dot 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 there because it's not really a pattern here. There is, but we could break this up into saying, well, alpha is equal to pi over 3 plus 2n, or 2n pi, or let's do it this way. Let's do 6n pi over 3, okay, plus pi over 3. And that'll give us that'll give us pi over 3, that'll give us 7 pi over 3, that'll give us the next time around the circle, dot, 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 okay? And then what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and give our set. We're going to union it, okay, with 2 pi over 3, and again, plus 6n pi over 3. And that'll give us all of the ones following that. So it really depends on which book they're going to have and like how exact they actually want this answer for you. Our book is very kind. They like to do what's around the circle. But if you need more times around the circle, I would recommend breaking them up into 2 different spots. Tangent, you could probably get away with not having to do this because tangent's positive in the first and the third quadrant, so you only have to go halfway around the circle. But break them up into 2 different spots so that way you skip the other side of the circle and you just get the positive ones and the negative ones. Okay, so I hope that helps a little bit, and we'll go on to do more. Okay, so thank you very much, and I will see you in the next video.